What's up, friends? Welcome to my channel, Collecting is Fun, where I show you that collecting is fun. And in this one, I'm going to be reviewing an oldie, but a good one. It's a Goldie. And this is Storm, the VHS version of Storm. And I found this one, like I know I'm late to the party. It's old, but I found this one. It was either at Books A Million or my local toy store. You know, I think I found it at Books A Million, but they were asking for a price that I was not at all willing to pay for. So my local toy store came through for me. Came through for me. I think it was Sasquatch Toys and Comics. So I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and grab it now. And yeah, man, I was looking forward to this. Again, you know, when Hasbro was doing this VHS 90s X-Men deal, I was really liking it, man. I like the whole aesthetic of this whole packaging deal, man. This is really cool. The VHS style, look at that, Marvel Legends. The VHS style is just really, really cool. It's stackable. You can put it on a bookshelf. I mean, it really does look like a VHS tape should go in here. If you have a VHS tape, try to put one in here, and I'm pretty sure it will fit in here. I have some still right now. Haven't tried. I mean, why? But still, if you wanted to do so, you can put one in here. And that's the cool aspect of it. It's the size that a VHS tape would have. And it's really cool. This is something you don't want to throw away. This is something you want to keep on your shelf. Even if there's nothing in it, you just want to have it. And I mean, you want to have more than just one, which I do. I'll show you the others that I have. But this is so cool and so thoughtful. I think this is the best packaging that Marvel Legends has ever had, because it plays to the nostalgia factor as well. I mean, again, the stackability, being able to store this. Now, the new packaging is great too. I've showed you those, but this is really cool because it just is something like I said, put right next to each other in a bookshelf, and you can have a whole lineup on your shelf right here, and it looks good. You know who's in it, and it just, again, it speaks to not just to the nostalgia factor of the VHS, but the nostalgia factor of the show, man. The 90s show. This is really cool. The artwork is really cool. Now let's look at the back here. Of course, that's how she looks. I will show you in a minute once I put her on the screen. What it says: with her weather manipulation power, Storm can summon lightning across the sky or gentle rain over a parched land. And then the other languages, of course. So let's go ahead and get her out of this. And of course, with this kind of packaging, you didn't know what you were going to get, right? You didn't know if somebody was going to open this thing up from the bottom or whatever, slide it out, and you didn't know if you were going to get this character or some miscellaneous junk, right? So I was so happy that I came out good with what I have. So let's go ahead and take her out and have some fun. Okay, so here she is out of the packaging, and she looks great. She looks absolutely flawless. They did an excellent job. This is the cell shading deal that they did, and it looks good. It really does. I have 3 Storms now. Wait, is it 4? 4 Storms now. I have this one, which is the newest. I have the newest version of Storm that come out from Marvel Legends, which is the one from X-Men 97. Had to get that one because it had the mohawk hair. She's posted on the wall, so I'm not even taking her out of the packaging. But, you know, you've seen her. And then I have the black suit for the Uncanny X-Men, and I also have the white suit. Because I didn't know if I was ever going to get this. Because every time I saw her, she was a ridiculous price. Like, I'm not paying that much for this. But I found her for a nice price. And I said, yes, this is what I want. Now, of course, if you ever open these things up, you know, I'm going to put her back in the packaging because, again, I have another spot I can put her in, but I mean, I just like the way I can just store them inside the packaging here. But they come with this here, and they also come, you know, with this plastic thing or paper bag here, which is kind of okay. This reminds me of of the rhetoric that, you know, cell phones are pretty much going to start coming in packages like this. Because they don't give you the charger, and they just give you, what, the phone and the cable, and who knows. They might just go ahead and do this. Yeah, here you go. You know, SIM ejection tool, you don't need that. You got enough of those, right? Okay. What, Charging brick? Need a charging brick? You sure? You telling me you haven't got a charging brick already, the one that you wanted? No. But I'm not going to get into all of that tech stuff here because I can definitely talk about that. But here it is. It comes with this, and she just slides in here just like everybody else. And you just slide it right back into the box, and that's it. Now, this did not come with any other accessories except hands. This right here, the level of I guess the accessories that this comes with is pretty much, I think I've talked about this before. Marvel Legends at their lowest just gives you 2 hands. At their lowest. And these were $25. Like when they first came out. At their lowest, this is what they give you. A figure and 2 hands. And folks are like, I'm not getting my money's worth. And some were like, dude, it's a $25 figure, man. What are you talking about? It's only $25. So it depends on how you feel about that. Now, let's take a look at the hands. Let's go and move you out the way so we won't have any issues with our focusing. And we're going to look at the hands and see how cool they look. Look at that. That's really cool because you see how her hands are not so, her fingers are not like perfect. It's all because the lightning is coming out of her fingers. Almost like her fingers are being fried almost, but you know, they could have gone crazy with it. It looks a little weird. It looks kind of gone too far with the ring finger, but it's still, it looks good. That's a really cool deal. The fact that she could shoot lightning out of her fingers, it was weird. Like, we didn't really understand how her powers work. Like, she was able to manipulate the weather. And folks will call her a weather witch. And some folks say, well, no, she's not a weather witch. She's, you know, all these other different things that people want to correct you with. And it's neither here nor there, some of them. But she was able to manipulate, or she is able to manipulate the weather. However, she can shoot lightning out of her hands. Like, so are you producing the lightning, or are you just manipulating the lightning that's already in the atmosphere for you to manipulate? Like, how are you conjuring this stuff up yourself? So it was different. It was very, very different. Of course, the other hand is the exact same way. It's just, you know, the paint's a little sloppy right here, but you know, it's just like they had a reason to be sloppy if they could, not too sloppy, because the fingers are kind of blending in and kind of disappearing with the effect of the lightning, you know. But it's a cool look. But we'll get to that in a minute. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this figure right here. Storm, man, look at that girl right there. She stands nicely. That's a beautiful figure. Just take a moment. Take that in. Just let me take a picture of that. Take that in. That's some beautiful stuff right there. So yeah, this is a cool figure here. This figure here is, the character. Let's talk about the character for a minute, because this character was a trip on the show. She had the craziest sayings. Well, not the craziest. She had that presence. I mean, she was commanding the winds. She spoke like she truly was a goddess. Like, she was like, I command the winds. I mean, she had that powerful voice. I'm not even going to try to attempt it right now. I'm not going to sell it. But she had that nice commanding voice to command the winds. It's the platform. It's not her. It's the platform, okay? It's the platform I have her on. You're trying to get a good one to where she's looking up. But, man, her commanding presence was truly befitting of this character and where she came from, man. Truly befitting of her being someone from Africa and being revered as someone that is that deal with her powers. You're just going to stand like that for a moment. And let me see. The actor, the voiceover actor who did the voice for Storm, who also came back for the X-Men 97. That was so cool that she came back. And that's Allison Seeley Smith. She has some work out there. She has a pretty good body of work. But she was born in Barbados, British West Indies. And that's all it really says about her. I didn't do too much research about her, but man, she has the perfect voice for Storm. It's like you can't hear nobody else do the voice for Storm. Now, of course, you got the X-Men movies where you got Alexandria Shipp was the newest one, and then Halle Berry. And I thought it was apropos to actually do this right now because, you know, the Avengers Doomsday movie is coming out, and it's including the Fox X-Men, which means Halle Berry is coming back as Storm. Now, we know Halle Berry had a Raw deal being Storm because she had the worst lines in like maybe 2 movies. Last Stand, she got better, but it was like, all right, the damage has already been done, right? So she had horrible lines and she was just poorly used. I mean, we were just waiting for Storm to be that bad girl. Like, dude, first off, it was Hallie. So like, I'm not seeing her be like ruthless. No offense against Hallie, but still. But now that we're going to have another chance and they're going to be part of the Fox X-Men, they're going to be part of the MCU, we'll see what's going to happen. And hopefully she has a chance to like really shine and showcase to be the powerful mutant that she is. And it's also going to be cool to have another figure come out and be a Storm figure, whether it's done by Hasbro or not, because people are talking about Hasbro, they're not going to make toys anymore, so forth and so on. I'm thinking, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't think they're going to stop making toys. However, if they do stop, they're just going to be licensing this stuff out to somebody else, and they're going to do it. And if they do it, will we get the same quality? Will we? Like, who's going to do it? Like, Mattel is talking about they're not doing Barbie anymore. They're going to license to someone else. Who do you trust to do Barbie? I don't know. It's just it's a crazy world we live in at the moment. It's a cool world that we live in at the moment. Great time to be alive with all these different figures coming out. As a matter of fact, the Tick, that figure is coming out. I don't even want to go through all of that because there's a lot of stuff that was talked about at WonderCon, and there's the Holothon mess. Oh man, there's so much going on right now. But these different figures, and Jada, of course, is coming out with their stuff. Tony the Tiger. There's so many things that are coming out. It's such a cool thing. Such a cool moment that we have in our lives right now. But let's take a look at Storm here. This amazing woman. See, she's from, I could do some type of research and see exactly where she's from. I forgot exactly what part of Africa she's from. But I'm liking this whole cell shading design, for this figure. This here is also cool too. You want to be careful with this, because I was like, oh, wow, this is kind of fragile. It can be, but you see, it's held together by this rope here. Of course, you can take her hands off, which we will do, but this is a nice look. I like the elegant look of her hands. I mean, these are the hands I think we've seen a few times with a few other women, right? So, I mean, maybe I can take somebody else's hands and put it on her. I don't know, how to just make sure the skin tone matches. I don't know. But you have the nice swivel here. It's like, I don't know what kind of posing I'm going to be doing with Storm. I would need to have Storm in some type of flight pose. As a matter of fact, I probably need to take her out. Keep her out of the packaging and have her with the other figures that I have on my bookshelf and have her be in a flight pose doing what Storm does, because she is that deal. Being the leader of the Morlocks when she defeated Callisto. I mean, she is absolutely worthy of, let me back this up because this is not doing her justice. But she is absolutely worthy of the posing, the shelf space, the presence. This right here is it. I mean, honestly, I don't want to even do another pose right now, but this is it right here. This is such a cool pose for Storm. Just in the air, and this is what I would do. I would have her on such a thin waist. Find some type of stand, maybe a McFarlane stand, maybe find another one of those, it's not Amazing Yamaguchi, maybe one of those stands, I don't know, Mafex stand or CT stand that I'm not using with one of my Wolverines. I'll try that out and see how that works out and see how that works for this particular character or figure. But all right, let's take a look at the hair. Ooh, this hair stick. Oh my gosh, what you got in there? What kind of chemicals you put in there, girl? You ain't putting no chemicals. Only juices and berries. I probably shouldn't have tried her voice because I did botch it. Hold on, let's get a close-up of the hair, because this is full. Straight up juices and berries. White hair. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of hair. Dude, that's a lot. Imagine a woman walking down the street, seriously, walking down the street and it's like, come on. What are they talking about? Grace Jones playing Storm at some point in time? I guess because of the whole presence she had in Boomerang as Strong J. Strong J. Yeah. Crazy. But look at this design, man. You can't really get enough of this because it looks so cool. The linings that they put on here are great. No, they didn't, make it to where it's a whole deal. They just like, all right, cuffed here, right here in the boob area. This right here is different from here. This comes down, boom, boom. They could have put another line down here, but they didn't. They kept it solid. They kept it, not too much. And I appreciate that. It's just, you don't really have to do too much with her, man. The articulation, of course, is there for any Marvel character, especially for women. But let me just see if I can back up a bit. Let me see if I can kind of get her in a... It's just her arms being out is just kind of just messing me up a bit. But she's definitely someone who can... And she's not somebody who does a lot of battling. Like, if you remember the X-Men game, the arcade game, she's not going to do a whole lot of battling. But if she were to battle somebody or be on the street, she would just shoot the lightning out of her hands. She'll stand like this in a ready pose and go for it. If you could get her to stand this way, she would do something like that. Maybe, let me see, because you got this you got to think about. But even though this is here, it still allows her to go all the way around. It doesn't interfere, and I'm glad they did that. They took the time to realize or understand that it doesn't need to interfere with her arm movements, because you can, the Emma Frost, that Emma Frost character figure that has her cape or cloak or whatever it is coming right here, and you're trying to move her arms up, but you can't even move her arms all the way up. But this one, look, you got the shoulder pauldrons that are pliable, and boom. So she can do the classic, wind beneath my wing. I'm not going to do that. It's just so many things she says. They're just, I call in the Arctic winds of whatever, of the water tribe from Avatar. She called on everything, man. It was some fun stuff there. All right, so let's see. This does twist. Yes, of course, the forearms does twist. They do twist. Now let's go ahead and put her hands in, because that is where it's at right now. All right, let's see. We took a look at the back. Oh yeah, that nice gold line down at the back. It's right here. Just a beautiful figure. Beautiful in every way. Beautiful woman, beautiful figure, beautiful design. Great. I see her legs are a little gummy. I don't know what the other person was doing with this figure. I got it from a local toy store, meaning it was pre-owned, but I can't tell. And that's the great thing. You can't tell. All right, let's go ahead and take her hand off. We'll do this on camera. Let's see. Ooh, easy. You see how that goes? Boom. Take that off, and it's just there. It's fastened right here. Oh, her head. I forgot her head to move. Right here. And that's really it. So you just leave that alone. And shoulder pauldrons move. And there you go. All right. Let's see what I see what's going on. Okay. There it is. I see what was going on. Okay, so it's a plastic part that's right here. It's a plastic part. You can barely see it. But that's why this can move. It's a plastic part that can move over, and it's just held on, and there it is. I was like, why is it off centered? But that's it right there. And just right there, the shoulder pauldron. So there you go. You're not going to be looking at her from the back anyway. She has this look of, and look, she's got that downward look, like she is above everything and going to just rain down the fury of the elements. Let's get this hand on, because she looks weird like this. We can have Storm looking weird. Let's slide this mug up in here. Ooh, easy, man. Yes, sir. Get out of here. Just don't mess with this woman. She is not for play. Yep, I can dig it. And then let's see here. Of course, she's also on the Marvel games, Marvel vs. Capcom games. Yike. Ah, dude, I almost messed that up. Come on. Yeah. And see, there's no gift in the string here. It's just solid. I'm glad too, because You know, you can pull on it too much and it becomes too loose, and you're like, okay, now we have a problem. And this here, I don't know, maybe I can get some type of a blow dryer or something to make that not so wrinkly. But there she is in her glory, looking like I am woman. The woman. Like, this is the one you want on your side. Look at that face, man. That face is flawless, man. Let me get back in the light. I'm trying to see if I can get her eyes, too. Oh, man. That's so cool. I'm really enjoying this figure. I really do like it. Because Hasbro, when they do it right, they impress you. And this is a wonderful one. Let me turn our arms back down. There it is. Because I do want to see that black. There we go. And just turn our arm up. And maybe I can just turn our hands here. And turn it up a little bit. Probably messed it up. But there it is. Boom. Storm. Then, of course, we can go higher with it. But I want the black to show. I want that to... don't want to look too odd. I want the black to show. That looks weird. I'll figure it out. But I do want the black to show because I just like the way it looks. I don't want the all white. You know, I got the other ones that I think they don't have it like that. But man, this is it. This is a cool looking Storm right here. Ready to do damage. Got the what? I think this reminds me of Electro. That's what it is. I knew it looked familiar. It reminded me of Electro. So yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to have the boxes be right next to each other because, again, it's a cool way to stack and a cool way to just have it just presented. So, one moment. All right, so let's say you've got Scott over here. He's there. And then you want to say, all right, I want to do the love triangle. I want to stack it like that. So you got the love triangle deal. Hold on. Why is this doing that? All right. And you got Wolverine coming in. Boom. Right? And then you'll have Jubilee because, you know, she likes to be Wolverine. Then you have Morph right here because, actually, you just put Morph here because Morph was Wolverine's ace boon coon. He's like, I can't stand it that Morph got. Like, no, Morph. Right? You got Mystique. Turn this around like it matters. It doesn't mean matter, does it? Facing this way, or do you want to face in this way? Oh, now I got a decision to make. Because this is how it is for the back. But if I want her facing the same way, see that? Didn't expect that to happen. Didn't see that coming at all. And then, of course, we've got Storm. There you go. So, boom. This is what your shelf could look like. And, of course, when you have the other ones, the VHS, 2-packs from Spider-Man 90s, you can do that too. I have one of those over there, Mary Jane and Green Goblin, but they don't fit with the X-Men motif. Even though Spider-Man did cross over into X-Men, even though, no. What happened? X-Men crossed over into Spider-Man. Spider-Man didn't cross over to X-Men. So, it could work. But there it is. This looks really cool. This whole look, this whole aesthetic to showcase and decorate your area and to, you know, have your figures stored or the boxes stored. So this is really cool. That's a nice shot. You know, it's not as good as I really want it to be, but it's a cool shot. I can dig that. We'll probably work with that. But yeah, here we go. That is it, man. This is the Marvel Legends VHS Storm action figure, and she's a beauty. She is, like I said, beautiful character, beautiful figure, just beautifully drawn. That's a win. I hope you have had a chance to get this. Get it while you can, because I don't know whenever we're going to get another Storm, like in the animated or the comic book version. I mean, we got what, that Strange Tales deal, and she's got that whole other, mohawk, kind of street look. But this, man, this look right here is where it's at. This is the Storm I know. And then there's that, I think, the other one where she has like the more, I don't know, kind of like bikini or bathing suit look, which I'm not too familiar with. But this is absolutely, absolutely cool. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call this one because I think that's it. That's all I really need to talk about with this one. So, man, thank you all for watching. Have fun with this one. And, keep collecting, man, because collecting is fun. Later days.